G'day and welcome to another Hang Loose Recluse production. I couldn't help myself and decided to compile a whole heap of slides and just thought I'd make a video and just rant on about it as I do. 30 seconds a slide. Check this out. If this is true behind me, New South Wales Labor leader Chris Minns calls for booster shots be made mandatory for essential health and ancillary workers. If that is the truth, then strike me down. It'd be interesting to know if that is the actual case, as this... Yeah, how do we know? Anyway, hey, does anyone remember that time when we couldn't eat inside, but we could eat outside, so they bought the inside outside, and so the outside was like being inside, but it was still outside, so that was okay. That was fun. Yes, the good old days. Yes, the good old days of COVID. Of course it was. Must be careful what we say here, because censorship is actually rife in this town, in this part of social media. Thank you. All right, well, what's the next slide going to be? Oh, this is where I live. This is Western Australia. This is the leader of Western Australia. Exclusive. After 902 days, WA will no longer be in a state of emergency, officially ending Mark McGowan's ability to close the borders at will. Because they all got power trips, all of the state leaders, Australia-wide and probably even worldwide in your area. You know what I'm talking about if you know how your politicians reacted during a time of complete power trips. If you know what I'm saying, I'm sure you do. And this is my area again. This is the WA Police Force look overseas for new recruits. But check this out. Imagine someone comes over from overseas. Are they going to know the Australian laws that they're trying to enforce? And someone writes, wonder if they're here under Section 123 AA4B of the Defence Amendment Act 2020. Better ask your politicians, because if they are... Yeah, that they are immune from any legal repercussions because they've obviously struck them in under a certain deal, I can imagine so. And what's this? This is a picture of the state leader, Mark McGowan. It says, I'm not forcing you. I'm not taking away everything until you comply, which is basically what all the state leaders of Australia did at the time of the thing that you know what I'm talking about that I can't talk about because it's censored on YouTube. And if YouTube found out what we were talking about here, this video would probably be censored by YouTube, because you just know how censored YouTube gets. Of course you do. And again, 30 seconds a slide, just dribbling for the sake of dribbling. Now, this is Richard Nixon here back in 1968 or 69 when the moon landings were taking place. And it says here, why do we need cell towers every 3 miles if the president could call the moon in 1969? That is a very good point, guys. So how was he able to call the moon landers on a telephone when we can't even call somewhere out in the country, when you're out in the country with a certain carrier? Anyway, this is in reference to Dan Andrews of Victoria banning I forgot what it's called, the salute thing, the Nazi salute. You've got a radar here that you're not allowed to use, so when you are raising your hand as a human being, directly up has to be for calling the waiter. Obviously, you got a taxi about midway, hailing a taxi, obviously, you know, pet and children, point at them, pet and dog, and then... Yeah, you know. But there's a danger zone. Don't go in the danger zone. And it looks like we've got Justin Trudeau here. Those ones over there, they didn't vote for me. Yes, get them. That would be Justin Trudeau, the Canadian president, having a sook because those ones over there, they didn't vote for me. No. Look, I know some of you guys out there like some of these Hang Loose Recluse Loose Truth news bulletins, and I do enjoy the creative process of doing this. But I also have a page on Rumble, so if you want to start following on Rumble if you can, in case something goes wrong with YouTube. Anyway, check this out. Americans on their way to get the COVID jab so they can be healthy. Now, that's just a meme screenshot thing. Can that be... considered a problem over the media censorship that I'm talking about? That it's like, we're not allowed to show this, we're not allowed to talk about this, we can't even use it, can't even joke about it, can't do this, can't do that. I mean, that's what the world's coming to. It's pretty sad, really. We all know it. It's a problem when you are restricted in so many ways. I don't mean to brag, but my posts are enjoyed by well over 20 people worldwide, thank you. That is an amazing feat if it was 1800s. It would be an amazing feat. But that rings true. That's basically all of us when we post something and it gets shared by 20 people or seen by 20 people somewhere all over the world. This is the world that it's become. Now, social media is suckery. It really sucks. It really does suck. Now, what's this? That is my only responsibility as a physician. This patient who's placed their trust in me as their physician to do what is best for them. and not be acting as the agent of a social media of a social program or a state program or any other interest. That's Aaron Cariati, MD. Probably shouldn't say too much about that because, you're not allowed to talk about this screenshot. If that information's on that screenshot, you're not allowed to bring it up in a video and talk about what's on the screenshot or the information that's provided. Can someone fact check all that? Anyway, let's have a look at the last screen flag shot thing here. This is athletes under 35 that suffered cardiac arrest. From 1966 to 2004, there were 1,101 cases. From 2021 to 2022, there's been 1,598 cases. So more in the last 50 years. More than in the last couple of years than there has been in the last 50 years. That's quite a bizarre statistic. If someone could fact check that for me, if that's fact checkable and whether that's bannable or censorshipable from all these bloody media pack platforms. Anyway, I do appreciate that there is people out there that like these little loose truth news bulletins. I do appreciate it. I'm trying not to upload too many at a time because general subscribers probably won't like this sort of stuff. But I do know that there is an appreciation for some of these videos, so I appreciate the people that appreciate it. You know who you are. Thanks for listening in this far, because only a certain person will listen in this far onto the video. So I do appreciate your time, guys. Thank you very much. This has been a Hang Loose Recluse Loose Truth production. And again, I love doing these, so I do want to do more of them. It's just a matter of getting thumbnails here and there and everywhere, and the right ones, etc., etc. Obviously, it's a bit of a mission to see whether I can get banned from YouTube or not, but eventually it's going to happen. So yeah, don't forget to follow us on Rumble. Rumble, guys, go to Rumble. Not many views happened on Rumble with Hang Loose Recluse. Just look up Hang Loose Recluse on Rumble and find it. If you're on Rumble, don't forget to subscribe. I can't be on YouTube forever. You know the drill. Thanks for listening. You're listening to another Hang Loose Recluse production. Thank you.